I was warned to stay away from her, but the alien queen chose to sit next to me. His life was quiet, full of machines, wires, and occasional problems to fix. He liked the calm, the order, and the routines. Humans often said he was dependable. Aliens, if they noticed him at all, saw him as small and fragile. Today, however, calm was impossible. Today, Queen Salira was arriving. Everyone on the station had talked about her for weeks. Some spoke in whispers, some in warnings. "Stay away from her," said one alien delegate. "She is not like any being you know. She will know too much about you if you are careless," another said. Even human officials told Adam to be careful. Adam had never seen the queen. All he knew were stories and pictures, small holograms showing her tall, elegant, and glowing in a strange blue light. Her eyes were deep, almost too intelligent. Most humans felt fear looking at her images. Adam did not feel fear exactly, but he felt the weight of it. The stories made him uneasy. He arrived at the station's main hall early. The room was large, round, and filled with light from the stars outside. Alien delegates had taken their seats in their usual order, their shapes and sizes strange to him. Some had long limbs, others many eyes, some bodies of flowing liquid that shimmered in the light. Adam took a seat at the human side of the room, careful to stay in the back. He did not want attention. The doors opened and a hush fell over everyone. Queen Salira stepped in. She was taller than any human and moved with a calm, silent grace. Her skin had a soft glow and her hair floated slightly as if weightless. Her eyes scanned the room slowly. The moment she moved, people leaned back. Whispers floated like wind, warning and fear mixing together. Adam tried to keep calm. He fixed his eyes on the small console in front of him, pretending to check the instruments. He heard the whispering behind him. "Stay away, she can read your mind, do not talk." But then something happened. The queen did not sit where the delegates expected. She walked slowly, her eyes scanning the seats until she came to the empty seat next to Adam. She stopped. Everyone froze. Even the aliens near her shifted slightly, uneasy. And then she sat, calmly, right beside him. Adam felt his heart jump. He swallowed. He did not move. He did not say anything. The room was quiet. People stared. Whispers turned into shocked murmurs. The queen's glow filled the small space beside him. "Hello," she said, her voice soft but clear. Adam blinked. He had not expected her to speak first. "Hello," he answered quietly, unsure if he should. "You are human," she said. "I can feel it." Adam nodded slowly. He had no idea what to say. Humans did not usually speak to queens of alien empires. And alien queens rarely spoke to humans at all. "Do you work here often?" she asked. Her eyes looked at him carefully. He felt as if she could see all his thoughts. Most humans would have panicked. Most humans would have looked away. But Adam stayed still. He spoke calmly. "Yes. I am an engineer. I fix machines." She nodded as if this pleased her. "You are not afraid," she said. Adam shrugged. "I do not know if I should be." She laughed softly. It was not loud, not frightening, but gentle. The sound filled the air like sunlight. "Many are afraid," she said. "They whisper warnings. They believe humans are weak." "I am not sure we are weak," Adam said. He did not mean to sound brave. He just said what he thought. "We survive." The queen studied him. Her glow seemed to dim slightly as if she was thinking. "You are calm," she said. "Different." Adam felt a small wave of relief. Maybe she was not dangerous in the way everyone had warned. Maybe she was only curious. The rest of the meeting started, but the queen stayed beside him. She asked questions quietly about life, about his work, about Earth. Adam answered honestly. He did not know why he spoke so openly, but it felt right. Aliens around them shifted uncomfortably. They were not used to a human speaking so simply and so truthfully. After a while, someone tried to move her away. "Protocol," they whispered. She ignored them. She stayed seated next to Adam. The room grew tense. Adam did not move. He looked forward, keeping calm. He realized that staying calm was the only way to survive this moment. The queen seemed to sense it too. She leaned slightly toward him, not threatening, not demanding, just present. Adam thought about the warnings again. Stay away, do not speak, do not touch, but she was already here. She chose to sit next to him. All the rules of the station were suddenly broken and no one could stop her. After the meeting, the queen asked Adam to show her some of the engineering labs. He hesitated. It was unusual for a human to lead a queen anywhere. He agreed. They walked slowly through the halls, the queen observing silently, occasionally asking questions. Adam felt nervous but not afraid. Her questions were simple, but they seemed to search for more than answers. She wanted understanding. In the lab, Adam showed her a few machines, explaining how they worked. She listened, fascinated. She did not judge, she did not interrupt. She only watched, absorbing everything. Adam realized that she was not like other rulers he had heard about. She did not demand. She did not try to intimidate. She simply chose to understand. He felt a strange connection. Not friendship yet, not trust yet, but something different from fear or caution. It was quiet and simple. He wondered if any human had ever sat beside her before. Probably not. Probably no human had ever been treated like this by the queen of another species. That night, Adam returned to his small quarters. He could not stop thinking about her. The calm of the day, the glow of her presence, the way she chose to sit beside him despite all warnings. His life felt different now. He had been a quiet engineer before, unnoticed, small. Now he was at the center of attention for a being who ruled an entire species. And for the first time, he realized that being human, being ordinary in a galaxy full of strange and powerful creatures, might be something more than anyone expected. He felt the quiet strength in himself, the same strength that had allowed humans to survive harsh worlds, wars, and disasters. It was small, unnoticed, but it existed, and the queen had seen it. As he lay in bed, staring at the small lights of distant stars, he thought about the next day. He wondered what she would ask, what she would want to see. He felt nervous but not afraid. Something inside told him that he had survived the first challenge. The first moment of contact had passed, and the universe was watching, quietly, as the human who did not follow warnings became the companion of a queen. The next morning, Adam arrived at the station early again. The halls were quiet except for the soft hum of machines. He had spent the night thinking about Queen Salira, her questions, and the calm way she had chosen to sit beside him. The memory of her presence made him nervous, but it also gave him a strange confidence. He was still just a human, small in a galaxy full of powerful beings, but somehow he felt that his quiet steadiness mattered. He walked into the main hall, and to his surprise, the queen was already there. She was not seated with the other delegates this time. She stood near the window looking at the stars outside. The glow of her skin reflected the distant light, making her appear almost ethereal. When she saw Adam, she smiled softly. "You came early," she said. "I like to be on time," Adam replied. He was careful not to sound bold, but he wanted her to know he respected the schedule. "Humans are punctual," she said thoughtfully, "different from other species." Adam led her through the station, showing her the maintenance corridors, the communication labs, and the energy core. She asked questions at every stop, simple ones about machines, work, and life aboard the station. But Adam noticed that her attention was not only on the machines. She seemed to observe him as well, watching how he moved, how he spoke, how he thought. It felt strange but not uncomfortable. During their walk, a group of alien delegates passed by. They looked at Adam and the Queen with shock. Some whispered, others froze. The Queen did not care. She continued walking beside Adam, talking quietly, pointing to panels, explaining small things about her own planet's technology. Adam realized that she was not just curious about humans, she was trying to understand him. Later, they entered a large observation deck overlooking a planet below. The planet had swirling clouds and bright oceans. Adam paused to look at it. "You like it?" the Queen asked. Yes, he said, it is beautiful. She tilted her head slightly. Humans appreciate beauty, she said. Other species are often too focused on power or knowledge. You notice small things, you feel small things. Adam smiled faintly. He did not know how to respond. He had never thought of humans as special. They were survivors, adaptable, simple in many ways, but he had never thought that anyone, especially a powerful alien queen, would notice that quiet strength. She leaned slightly closer. I like being near you, she said. There is calm here. Others make me feel crowded, noisy. You are steady. Adam felt warmth rise in his chest. He did not know if he deserved it. He felt small compared to her, yet somehow important. The day continued. She asked him to demonstrate a few of the station's repair systems. Adam explained the energy conduits, how to fix small breakdowns, how to maintain life support in emergencies. She listened, learning quickly. She did not interrupt. She simply absorbed information, asking questions when something was unclear. It impressed Adam. She was powerful but curious and patient. After a few hours, they returned to the main hall for a council meeting. The alien delegates were tense. Many of them had tried to influence her before, but she ignored them. She sat beside Adam again, leaving an empty seat between them and the rest of the humans. Whispers filled the room. Why does she sit there? She should not speak to him. He is just a human. Queen Salira ignored the whispers. She asked Adam simple questions about life on human planets, about the hardships they faced, about how they survived dangerous worlds. Adam answered honestly, without exaggeration or fear. He spoke about storms, famine, long journeys in space, and wars fought to protect homes. The Queen listened carefully. She leaned slightly toward him, absorbing every word. Humans survive because they endure, she said quietly, almost to herself. They feel pain, yet continue. They feel fear, yet act. They are small but strong. Adam felt a mixture of pride and surprise. She had not judged him for being human. Instead, she seemed to admire it. After the council, a human scientist named Claire approached Adam. You shouldn't be too close to her, she warned. She is not like us. She can see more than you realize. Be careful. Adam shook his head. I don't feel afraid, he said. She is not trying to harm me. She is just curious. Claire frowned. Curiosity from a queen can be dangerous. Adam only nodded. He did not fully understand it either, but he knew that the quiet moments of trust were important. Queen Salira had chosen him, not because of power, but because of steadiness. Later that evening, the Queen asked Adam to accompany her to a smaller lab used for experimental energy tests. The lab was quiet, filled with soft lights and humming machines. She moved closer to observe a small energy reactor he was adjusting. Humans have simple ways, she said, yet you make them work very well. Adam smiled faintly. We try to make what we have last, he said. Sometimes it is enough, sometimes it is, she nodded. You endure, that is important. While they worked, a warning sounded. Security alerts flashed across the lab. Alien delegates had detected a small anomaly approaching the station. Everyone panicked, but the Queen did not. She looked at Adam calmly. Stay here, she said softly. Help me understand. Together, they analyzed the anomaly. It was a small, unmanned craft from a distant system. Others feared sabotage, but Adam's clear thinking helped calm the team. He noticed the craft's energy signature, calculated a safe approach, and suggested a way to redirect it without harm. The Queen followed his instructions carefully. The delegates watched in silence. They had never seen a human guide a queen in any task, let alone a potential threat. The craft was diverted safely, and the emergency ended. Whispers spread across the station. Humans were stronger than many had believed. Afterward, Queen Salira turned to Adam. You do not panic. That is rare, she said. Others would have rushed, reacted, failed. You are steady. Humans are resilient in ways others are not. Adam felt a deep sense of pride. He had never thought of humans as remarkable. They were small, fragile, easily forgotten. But now, in the eyes of a queen who ruled an empire, he saw their quiet power. The next day, news arrived from another part of the galaxy. Rumors of unrest, rival species plotting against the queen. The council feared war. Many human diplomats suggested staying away, hiding and waiting. Adam shook his head. He did not fear. He had already seen the queen choose calm over panic, curiosity over fear. Humans had endured far worse than whispers of war. Queen Salira asked him for advice. He spoke honestly, calmly, suggesting strategies that relied on observation, endurance, and patience. She listened, considering his words carefully. His human logic and quiet resilience impressed her. It was different from the strategies of other species, which relied on power, threats, or deception. Adam's perspective was simple, yet effective. As the sun of the nearby star set beyond the station's glass walls, Adam walked with the queen to the observation deck again. They looked at the stars together. She did not speak for a while, simply observing the galaxy. Finally, she said softly, "I like humans. You are small, but you endure. You are quiet, yet strong. Perhaps that is why I sit with you." Adam did not know how to respond. He had never expected to be admired, never expected to be noticed for simply being human. He only nodded. "I will do my best," he said. She smiled faintly, a glow of warmth in her eyes. "That is enough," she said, "for now." That night, Adam returned to his quarters again, thinking about the day. He realized that being human in this galaxy was more than survival. It was endurance, clarity, calmness, and quiet strength. Humans were not just fragile newcomers. They were resilient, able to survive the strange and the unknown, and even impress beings who had ruled for centuries. Adam understood something important. The queen had not chosen him for his power or skill. She had chosen him for his steadiness, his calm, his ability to endure and think clearly under pressure. The human spirit, ordinary as it seemed, was extraordinary in her eyes. He fell asleep thinking about the galaxy beyond the station, about the stars, and about the quiet strength that humans carried. He knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new questions, and perhaps new dangers. But he also knew that he was no longer just a human in a strange place. He was a human who had earned the attention of a queen, who had begun to show the galaxy that human endurance was not to be underestimated. And somewhere in the quiet hum of the station, Queen Salira watched, glowing softly, thinking of the human who had surprised her. She did not fear him, she did not doubt him. She only chose to stay beside him, and in that choice, the galaxy began to notice that humans might be more important than anyone had realized. Adam Cole had begun to understand that life on the station was changing. The quiet routines he had known were gone. Queen Salira continued to choose to sit beside him, observe him, and ask questions that seemed simple but carried weight. Other humans whispered about his unusual position, and aliens stared openly, unsure how to react. Adam tried to stay calm, focused on work, but he could feel that something important was beginning. One morning, a small group of scientists approached him. They were human, but most had studied alien species for decades. Claire, the same scientist who had warned him before, spoke first. "Adam," she said, her voice low, "there is something we have discovered about humans that no one knew." Adam raised an eyebrow. "What is it?" "Other species," she explained, "especially highly psychic ones like Queen Salira's people, can feel emotions, thoughts, and even faint intentions. Most beings cannot resist this. They are overwhelmed. But humans, you are different." Adam blinked. "Different how?" Claire looked serious. "Your minds have natural resistance. Humans can block or filter psychic influence without even realizing it. It is subtle, but it is powerful. Other species are amazed by it. Some call it endurance of the mind." Adam was surprised. He had never thought of himself as special. "So humans can protect themselves?" he asked. Claire nodded. "And others too. Someone like Queen Salira is used to feeling everyone, knowing everything. Humans are stable, calm, steady. It is rare. Adam thought about his interactions with the Queen. He had always felt calm around her. He had never panicked, even when the delegates whispered warnings or when unknown events occurred. Maybe this was why she had chosen to sit beside him. Maybe humans were quietly stronger than the galaxy realized. Later that day, the Queen asked him to assist in analyzing a strange energy field near the station. It was delicate work. The energy field emitted waves that caused discomfort to most beings. Their minds felt dizzy, their thoughts jumbled. Adam, however, noticed nothing unusual. He calmly examined the readings, wrote down measurements, and suggested adjustments to stabilize the field. The Queen watched him with interest. "You are not affected," she said quietly. Adam shrugged. "I do not feel anything unusual." She looked thoughtful. "Other species are overwhelmed. Humans are strong in a way I did not expect." Their work continued over several hours. As they moved through the lab, Adam began to notice subtle changes in the Queen's mood. Sometimes she looked tense, sometimes distracted, sometimes anxious. She rarely admitted it, but he could feel it in her presence. The humans in the lab whispered that she was sensing threats across the galaxy, political unrest, hidden dangers. Adam realized that most beings would find her feelings too intense, too heavy, but he felt calm, steady. He began to understand the quiet power of humans. They endured hardships, danger, and fear. They could think clearly when others panicked. They could act without letting emotion cloud judgment. And now, he realized, this ability made him a rare ally to a being like the Queen. One afternoon, an alert sounded. An unidentified ship approached the station at high speed. Alarms flashed and alien delegates began to panic. Reports indicated the ship had no clear origin and carried unknown energy weapons. Most humans ran to safe zones. Adam stayed beside the Queen. "Do not worry," he said calmly. "Let me help." The Queen nodded. "We will see what you can do." Together, they observed the incoming ship. It emitted psychic energy that interfered with most beings' minds. Humans nearby clutched their heads, aliens froze in confusion. Adam felt nothing. He moved through the lab, analyzing energy patterns, tracing the waves, and suggesting a safe countermeasure. The Queen followed his instructions, adjusting defensive fields, redirecting energy, and stabilizing the station. The ship eventually moved away without causing damage. Everyone stared at Adam in shock. He had acted naturally, without fear, without hesitation, and without showing any sign of being overwhelmed. The Queen's eyes glowed softly with approval. "Humans are different," she said quietly. "You protect me in ways I cannot even explain." Adam did not feel proud. He only felt calm. He had acted as any human would, with thought, care, and endurance. But the Queen's admiration made him aware that humans' simple traits, steadiness, resilience, endurance, were rare and valuable in a galaxy full of power and fear. Over the next few days, Queen Salira asked Adam to accompany her during all council meetings. She relied on his calm presence to navigate complex negotiations. Alien delegates often tried to intimidate her, using psychic pressure or political threats, but she remained composed beside Adam. His quiet steadiness allowed her to maintain control without showing aggression. In private, the Queen asked him questions about human history. "Your species has survived wars, famine, and dangerous worlds," she said. "How do you endure so much?" Adam thought carefully. We survive because we must," he said. "We face danger, we fail sometimes, but we continue. We do not give up." She nodded slowly. "Endurance. That is a rare gift." One night, as Adam returned to his quarters, he was called back to the Queen. She led him to a quiet observation platform. Stars stretched endlessly across space. She was glowing softly. "I have sensed threats from distant systems," she said. "Some wish to harm me, to weaken my influence. Your presence calms me, it protects me more than you know." Adam did not understand fully. "I just stay calm," he said. "I do not try to protect, I just am steady," she smiled faintly. "And that is enough. In a galaxy full of fear, your calmness is a shield." Adam began to understand the significance. Humans were not physically dominant, not technologically advanced like some alien species. But their minds, their endurance, their ability to face fear without panic gave them a hidden strength. A strength that could protect even queens. The following week, a political delegation arrived from a neighboring system. They were known for cunning and aggression. The queen sat beside Adam during negotiations. The delegates tried to manipulate her, using psychic pressure and subtle threats. Most beings would have faltered, but the queen remained composed. Adam noticed the subtle waves of psychic energy. He did not panic. He guided her subtly with gestures and calm advice. Her decisions were sharper, clearer, and more precise than ever. After the meeting, the queen spoke softly. "You influence more than you realize," she said. "Your presence steadies me when others cannot." Humans are remarkable in ways I did not understand. Adam only nodded. He did not feel like a hero. He was still a simple engineer. But now he realized that being human carried unexpected power. Endurance, clarity, and calm could shape the galaxy in ways that brute force or intelligence alone could not. Over time, word spread among the alien delegates. Humans were no longer seen as small, weak newcomers. Whispers circulated. "The human beside the queen, he is different." Some envied him, some feared him, some were curious. But all began to notice that the queen's reliance on him was not a weakness, but a strength. One evening, as Adam worked late in the lab, the queen appeared quietly. "There are still threats," she said, "but with you here, I am not afraid." Adam felt a quiet satisfaction. He was not powerful in the traditional sense. He could not fire weapons, fly ships better than pilots, or command armies. But he could endure. He could remain calm. He could think clearly when others could not. And that, the queen said, was more important than he had ever realized. As he returned to his quarters that night, Adam looked at the stars. He thought about the strange journey that had begun with a simple warning: stay away from her. He had not stayed away. He had been curious, careful, and calm. And in doing so, he had shown a galaxy that humans were more than they seemed. Small, ordinary, simple beings could protect queens, guide decisions, and survive pressures that other species could not. Adam understood now that the human mind was a quiet weapon. Endurance was a hidden power. Calmness could shift the balance of power. And in this realization, he felt the weight of responsibility. He was no longer just a human engineer. He was a protector, not by force but by presence. He was part of a story larger than himself. A story that could change the galaxy. Queen Selira watched from her chamber, her glowing eyes soft. She had found something rare in Adam, a human who could endure, remain calm, and guide her mind when others failed. The galaxy was dangerous, full of intrigue and hidden threats. Yet with Adam beside her, she felt steady. And in that steadiness, a quiet revolution of understanding began, one that would show all species that humans were not small or weak, but resilient, enduring, and unexpectedly strong. The station had grown quiet in the early morning hours, but Adam Cole could feel tension in the air. Queen Selira was already awake, moving gracefully through the hallways, her glow soft but steady. She did not speak much, only observing reports and data that came in from across the galaxy. Whispers of unrest reached the station, political rivals, jealous systems, and unknown threats. Everyone was on edge. Adam joined her in the observation deck, where stars stretched endlessly into the blackness. "There are warnings from 3 neighboring systems," she said softly. "They believe they can weaken my rule, perhaps even harm me. Most would panic. I do not." "I will stay with you," Adam said calmly. "We will handle it." She looked at him, her eyes glowing faintly. "You are different from all others. You remain calm. That alone protects me." They worked together through the day, checking energy shields, monitoring communications, and preparing emergency protocols. Alien delegates moved nervously around them, whispering to each other. Some openly doubted humans' value, but Queen Sailira ignored them. She relied on Adam's steady presence, using his calmness as a shield against chaos. Suddenly, an alert blared. A fleet of unknown ships appeared on the sensors, approaching the station at high speed. The ships emitted a strange psychic energy that caused unease in every being on the station. Alarms flashed, lights flickered, delegates panicked trying to understand the threat. Adam did not move quickly or fearfully. He analyzed the readings. "They are using psychic energy," he said. "It will disturb most minds, but not ours. Stay calm and follow my instructions." The Queen nodded. She trusted him completely. Together, they coordinated a response. Most humans and aliens struggled under the psychic waves. Their thoughts felt heavy, confused, even disoriented. Adam felt nothing. He moved with quiet precision, adjusting shields, redirecting energy flows, and communicating calmly with the Queen. "Their energy is focused on fear," he said. "We will block it and guide the defenses." The Queen followed his instructions carefully, moving energy channels with grace, stabilizing the station's defenses. Alien delegates watched in disbelief. No one had seen a human act with such control, such endurance under overwhelming psychic pressure. The attackers fired their weapons. Waves of energy swept toward the station. Alarms screamed. Humans clutched their heads. Aliens froze. Adam stood firm. He moved forward, standing beside the Queen as she directed shields. The waves crashed against their minds. He felt nothing. She felt calm. Together they held the station steady. The fleet hesitated. Their attack, designed to exploit fear and chaos, found none. Their energy failed to disrupt the station. The Queen's calm presence, amplified by Adam's steadiness, repelled the psychic assault. The attackers had expected panic, confusion, and surrender. Instead, they found control and clarity. After hours of careful work, the fleet retreated. The station was safe. Humans and aliens slowly recovered from the psychic attack. The Queen turned to Adam, her glow soft, her eyes bright. "You have done what others could not," she said quietly. "You are small, human, yet your calmness is a shield stronger than any weapon." Adam shook his head. "I only stayed steady. That is all humans can do." She smiled faintly. "It is enough. It is more than enough." After the attack, word spread across the station. Whispers turned into admiration. Humans were no longer seen as weak. Adam became a symbol not of brute force, but of endurance, calm, and hidden strength. Alien delegates began to seek his guidance during other matters, consulting him quietly. Queen Sailira continued to sit beside him during council meetings. She trusted him implicitly. She relied on his calm presence to make clear decisions, guide negotiations, and withstand pressure. Alien rulers and diplomats noticed. Humans were gaining respect, not through power but through endurance. In private, the Queen spoke to Adam about the threat. "They wished to harm me to test our defenses. They underestimated humans. You remained calm when others faltered. Your strength saved the station." Adam felt a quiet satisfaction. He had never sought glory. He had only acted naturally, thinking clearly, remaining steady. Yet his actions had prevented disaster, protected the Queen, and shown the galaxy that humans were not fragile newcomers. Over the next days, the station recovered. Repairs were made, defenses strengthened, and the council continued. But the respect for humans was clear. The Queen openly acknowledged Adam's role in the defense. "Humans endure," she said in meetings. "They survive, they act when others fail. They are not small, fragile beings. They are steady and strong." Alien delegates listened. Some were skeptical, some were impressed. Slowly, the perception of humanity began to shift. Humans were no longer weak observers. They were valued allies, capable of influencing outcomes without aggression. Adam continued to assist the queen, showing her the simple strengths humans possessed. Endurance, calm, observation, and clarity became tools as powerful as any weapon. He guided her through negotiations, defended her from psychic threats, and demonstrated the quiet but unbreakable strength of humans. One evening, as they walked along the observation deck, the queen spoke quietly. "You have changed how I see humans," she said. "I believed they were small, fragile. Now I see they endure, they persist, they protect. You are a symbol of that." Adam looked at the stars. "We survive because we must," he said softly. "We do not give up even when things seem impossible," she nodded. "And that endurance is rare. It is a strength others do not understand, yet with it humans can face anything." The station settled into calm again, but the memory of the attack lingered. Humans and aliens alike understood that danger could come at any moment. Yet Adam's example showed that calm endurance could withstand it. Humans were no longer underestimated. As the stars shifted outside, Adam realized the truth. Humans did not need to dominate or fight with weapons. Their power lay in clarity, patience, and endurance. Queen Salira had seen it. The galaxy was beginning to see it, and now humans could shape events simply by being themselves. The story of the psychic attack spread slowly beyond the station. Other systems learned of the human beside the queen who had stood firm under impossible pressure. Stories emphasized not bravery or heroics, but calmness, patience, and the hidden strength of endurance. Humans gained respect for surviving what others could not. Adam continued his quiet work, unaware of the larger impact. He fixed machines, guided the queen, and remained steady. But each day, his presence reminded everyone that humans could face pressure, psychic or otherwise, and remain unbroken. The hidden strength of ordinary beings became clear. Endurance, patience, calmness, all simple, all human, had saved a queen, a station, and reshaped perception across the galaxy. Queen Salira watched him with quiet admiration. "You are more than I imagined," she said. "Humans are not small, not weak. They endure, they persist, they survive. And you protect me simply by being yourself." Adam looked at her softly. He did not feel powerful. He only felt calm, but in that calm he realized the true power of humanity. The galaxy underestimated them, but humans could endure, protect, and survive in ways even the strongest alien minds could not. As night fell, the station was safe. Humans were respected. Queen Salira was secure. And Adam understood the simple, quiet truth. Endurance and calmness could be stronger than any weapon. Humanity's hidden strength was now clear, and the galaxy would never see humans the same way again after the psychic attack and the calm that followed. Life on the station slowly returned to routine. But the change was clear. Humans were no longer small observers in a galaxy full of powerful beings. Their quiet endurance, patience, and calmness had been proven to everyone. Adam Cole walked the halls with the same careful steps as always, but he knew that things were different. He had shown a queen and the galaxy what humans were truly capable of. Queen Salira called a council meeting unlike any before. This time, humans were invited to participate openly. Alien delegates shifted uneasily, unsure how to react. They were not used to seeing humans in positions of influence. The queen sat beside Adam as always, her calm presence steady, her glow soft and warm. "Today," she began, "we acknowledge that humans are not small or weak. They endure, they survive, they act when others fail. And they protect not by force but by presence. Their strength is quiet yet powerful." The room fell silent. Alien delegates whispered among themselves, some skeptical, some impressed. Humans nodded quietly, feeling pride but remaining humble. Adam, seated beside the queen, felt a small weight of responsibility. He had done nothing extraordinary by usual standards, yet his simple calmness had become a symbol of human endurance. The queen continued, "Adam Cole, the human beside me, has shown this strength. He remained calm under attack, guided decisions without fear, and protected this station and its people. Today, humans earn our respect as equals in endurance, courage, and clarity. Delegates shifted. Some bowed their heads. Others remained silent, but the acknowledgement was clear. Humanity was no longer underestimated. Humans had proved themselves without weapons, without power, only with resilience. After the meeting, the Queen asked Adam to walk with her to the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly. The galaxy seemed calm again, but Adam knew that threats would continue. "You have changed the way I see humans," she said softly. "I believed them small and fragile. Now I see them enduring, strong in ways others cannot measure. And you have shown that quietly without seeking glory." Adam shook his head. "I only stayed calm," he said. "I did not try to impress anyone." "And that is exactly why it works," she said. "Humans act without fear of failure. They endure without seeking praise. That is strength." In the following weeks, the station became a hub for human-alien cooperation. Humans were included in councils, strategy sessions, and scientific research. Their perspective, clear and steady, helped prevent conflicts and solved complex problems. Alien delegates learned to listen, not with fear or condescension, but with respect. Adam continued his work as an engineer. He repaired machines, studied energy patterns, and guided the Queen in subtle ways. He remained humble, never boasting of his role. Yet his calmness shaped decisions, protected lives, and strengthened alliances. Humans were no longer just passengers in the galaxy. They were anchors, steady and reliable, able to endure pressures that others could not. One day, a message arrived from a distant planet. They requested human guidance in settling a dispute that had lasted decades. Queen Salira turned to Adam. "They have seen your calmness. They trust humans now. Will you go?" Adam thought carefully. He had never sought adventure or recognition, but he understood that humans had something valuable to offer. "I will go," he said. The Queen smiled. "Then you carry humanity with you. Show them what endurance means." As Adam prepared to depart, delegates and humans gathered to see him off. Some offered thanks, some bowed in respect. The Queen stood beside him, glowing softly. She placed her hand lightly on his arm. "Humans endure," she said, "and you are the proof." The journey to the distant planet was long. Adam guided negotiations, explained human perspectives, and helped settle conflicts with clarity and calm. The beings of the planet were amazed at the patience, endurance, and wisdom humans displayed. Adam did not see himself as a hero, only as a steady presence, but his actions changed their view of humanity forever. Back on the station, Queen Salira reflected on the events. She had ruled for centuries, seen countless species rise and fall, yet humans had surprised her. They were small, ordinary, and yet extraordinary. They could endure psychic pressure, survive dangerous conditions, and act with calm clarity. Adam was the first she had seen embody this strength fully, but she knew it was common among humans. Their hidden power lay in endurance, patience, and quiet determination. The galaxy slowly began to shift its perception. Humans were sought as mediators, advisors, and allies. Their simple, steady approach to problems became a model for cooperation. No one relied on humans for brute strength, yet everyone respected their resilience. Humans were no longer underestimated. Adam returned to the station after the diplomatic mission. The Queen waited on the observation deck. She smiled as he approached. "You have shown the galaxy what humans can do," she said. "I have seen it firsthand. You have protected, guided, and endured. Your calmness has shaped events more than any weapon could." Adam felt a quiet satisfaction. He had not acted for glory, recognition, or reward. He had simply been human, steady, calm, and resilient. Yet in doing so, he had changed how a queen, a station, and the galaxy viewed his species. The Queen reached out, taking his hand lightly. "Humans endure," she said, "and through you, others will see it. The galaxy will remember." Adam nodded. "We endure because we must," he said softly. "We survive even when others doubt us." They stood together watching the stars. The galaxy stretched endlessly before them, full of unknown dangers, strange beings, and endless possibilities. Yet humanity had earned its place, not through conquest, not through power, but through quiet strength. Endurance, calm, patience, and clarity could protect, guide, and influence. Humans were no longer underestimated. Queen Salira finally spoke to the council again, publicly acknowledging humans. "They endure," she said. "They survive. They act when others fail, and they protect in ways that are quiet yet powerful. Humanity has proven itself, and they will stand beside us in the galaxy as allies, advisors, and protectors. Underestimate them no longer." The council murmured, some in disbelief, some in respect. Humans nodded quietly, proud but humble. Adam, standing beside the queen, felt the weight of what had happened. He had begun as a quiet engineer, warned to stay away from the queen, and yet his calm endurance had shaped events beyond imagination. Life continued on the station, with humans and aliens working together more closely than ever. Conflicts were fewer, decisions clearer, and the galaxy slowly recognized the quiet power of human endurance. Adam continued his work, steady and calm, guiding, repairing, and observing. Yet in his quiet way, he had changed the galaxy forever. As he stood with Queen Salira on the observation deck, watching the stars, he understood the truth. Humans did not need weapons, power, or armies to matter. Endurance, calmness, and quiet strength were more powerful than anything else. The galaxy had learned to respect humans, and it all began with one human who chose to remain steady, calm, and true to himself. And so, humanity's place in the galaxy was secured, not through conquest but through perseverance. One human, quietly enduring, had changed the perceptions of a queen, a station, and the galaxy itself. The stars stretched endlessly, and Adam smiled faintly. The journey of humanity had only just begun, and he would continue to stand steady, calm, and enduring, a quiet proof of what humans could achieve.